Hello and welcome to another Happy Pod, the only podcast in the world. I always feel awkward saying that whenever we have a guest from another podcast join us. It just feels insulting. My name is Nathan. As always, I'm joined by my co-host. His name is Laurence. He's a bit of a bloody dickhead. Laurence, why don't you tell us all what this show is all about?
Nathan, this is the show where we get together to discuss something in the realm of pop culture. It could be a movie, could be a telly show, could be a video game, but the main thing is that we do so without any of the toxic discourse that is oh so prevalent these days, and that is sometimes tough. Maybe we'll talk about that today. Who knows?
Okay, all right, fair enough. Laurie, shut up. No one wants to hear from you, all right? We've got a very special guest with us in the studio. He joined us for our 100th episode. He's back for this. This is a 200th, by the way. Happy 200 to us, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah. James, Mr. Sunday himself, he's here. He's live in the studio. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm actually going to bring a lot of toxicity to this. So, yeah, I'm very excited to just kill the fucking vibe of this podcast.
No, that's fine. I like it. If there's ever a time to switch it up, it's the 200. So let's just pivot in the opposite direction,
True.
I reckon. Let's just go down the all right pipeline. It'll be quite fun, I reckon.
There's money to be made.
Exactly.
There is money. But I reckon it's flipping. I reckon there's too many down the alt-right pipeline. And so there's less money now. So you gotta go the other way. I think we're going to see that, honestly. I think people are like, we're sick of this shit.
So you reckon the future of like YouTube like criticism, it's all big woke media now. But like not angry at woke media, being like woke is good actually. No. Is that
I think it could. I think it will flip at some point, and then it will flip again, and it will just do that until we all die. Yeah.
Well, that's something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah.
At least there's levity there. At least both sides are catered to, I guess. It's our time soon, hopefully.
That's right.
Oh, James, I feel bad. We've locked you into, unbeknownst to you, we've just kind of locked you in. This has now become a tradition for you to be here for the 100 episodes. You didn't know that, but that's just unfortunately what's happened.
You told me. I knew. No, I don't mind at all. It's good. And maybe I'll do 200 episodes one day. You know what I mean? If we do enough of these, I'm totally okay with it. It's great. I appreciate you having me.
I could work out the maths and figure out how many episodes we need to do for that, but that sounds way too complicated. I think
we'd be very dead by then.
Yeah, we'd almost certainly be dead.
Yeah.
So last time you joined us for your favorite movie, After Sun. We all had a good time for that. And then we was trying to figure out what's... Yeah, it was true. It was a good time.
It's not called After Sun.
Oh, fuck. No, it's not. Sorry.
We're already off base. Tangent here. James, if you don't know, I showed Nathan this movie After Sun. I liked it, right? I'm pretty sure you liked it. I'm pretty sure I heard you talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's not good for me.
So Nathan's wrong and hates it. And that's that. He hasn't been able to get this out of his fucking brain for like a year now.
I didn't like it, all right? I didn't like it, okay? But I'm not getting into that now, okay?
Maybe you didn't get it.
I mean,
It seems like you think it's a different movie. I don't know.
Maybe it's too woke for me. Who knows? I don't know.
It might be, yeah.
Not After Sun. Sunshine. That's the right one.
Yeah.
Sunshine with the Sunshine Man. We all had a good time. And we were trying to figure out what to do for this one. And I think it was actually you who suggested let's do The Core, because it's basically the opposite of Sunshine. Is that you're thinking behind
Exactly. Instead of restarting the sun, you're restarting the earth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not the opposite in terms of neither of these movies made money. But, yeah, also, like, I was joking, but also I was like, I remember watching this. This could be fun. But, like, watching this yesterday, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is not good. I didn't enjoy it at all. And I had a friend around as well, and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have to watch The Core for a podcast I'm going on. It was my idea. And it was just like explaining it and having this person coming like in and out of the room, just shaking their head.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. Anyway, what did you think of it?
Go ahead, Nathan.
Look, it's certainly a movie. I'd actually seen it before, but like 20 years ago. Yeah. So like I barely remember it. Like I saw it recently after it came out. The one scene I did remember was like when they were down in the core and there was surrounded by all the crystals and shit. That's like the one scene I did remember. But other than that, it was like a completely new experience to me. Look, yeah, it's not great. It's like it's got its issues and stuff. I think it's well cast, though. I think it's got some names in there, which are...
Incredible cast.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart with his Keith Urban hair and Hilary Swank with her Keith Urban hair. It's amazing.
Yeah, Aaron Eckhart is looking great, man. It's very well cast. It's got some names. I reckon they were... I really got Bill Paxton vibes from Aaron Eckhart in this. You know, like in Titanic, I feel like they were going for that kind of role with that kind of vibe, the sexy professor sort of thing from him. And I don't know, it kind of worked for me, I guess.
I get it. And like the characterization of him is so weird as well because he is like a sexy professor. So he teaches every day and presumably has for like at least a decade. He's like, I can't do a tie. I'm like, what do you mean you can't do a tie?
That annoyed me so much when I saw that scene, and he's going over to speak to like some world officials, right? And then he's telling them this pretty heavy shit, like, "Hey, the world's gonna be fucked in like a couple of months or whatever if we don't fix this." But like 5 seconds ago, less than 10 feet away from this conference, he's having someone do his tie up for him. So I really don't know how much I trust that advice.
And not just anyone, like renowned NASA pilot who just landed a shuttle in the LA River, Hilary Swank, okay? Like, the most overqualified woman, but they go, oh, like, get a woman to tie his tie because that's, I don't know, that's what women do, I guess. So
that's what they do. Probably would have done his shoes as well if he asked.
And ironed his shirt and cooked him a nice meal afterwards. I guess that's the way. Laurence, what did you think of this?
Well, I was going to say, does anyone get the vibes that this is what happens when you try and make a Sunshine without Alex Garland or Danny Boyle, right? Like, this is what happens when you try and make some sort of, like, claustrophobic, disaster-esque thriller. But then, James, something you said a lot about Sunshine was, like, part of the intensity of it is the fact that they kept it so confined to the ship. But then in this, like, literally every single time something goes wrong, they cut to, like, 6 different military blokes being like, what do we do? And then there's a hacker who's like, I don't know, but I could maybe do something. And it's like, guys, focus on, like, just let me sit with this because I like Stanley Tucci, I like Aaron Eckhart. Like,
oh, he's great. Yeah.
So give me more of the good bits of the movie. And
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's it came in a weird time because it was kind of the second wave of disaster movies. You know, there was like Twisted, Deep Impact, Armageddon, like Godzilla went to America. So this is like Day After Tomorrow, which did better than this, and like 2012 was a bit after, and like that Poseidon remake. So it was just a weird kind of, and it looks bad.
Yeah,
like all
it
the
doesn't look
disaster
great.
stuff looks dreadful.
The Colosseum exploding scene looks dog shit, really. Does not look great, that little Colosseum thing. Yeah.
And it's very obvious the cuts between like a CGI city and then a close-up of a model exploding. Like it's really obvious when they... I don't remember it looking or being this bad. It's not without its moments, though. Like, it's not boring, I would say.
I'll say this. Well, I guess this is nothing against you, James, but watching Caravan of Garbage recently, growing up, I fucking love those Lord of the Rings games. Okay, they were my video games, like, as a kid, and I loved playing them. And in my head, they looked amazing. They looked 1-to-1 real life. Watching the footage back, I'm like, oh, that looks dog shit. That does not look good at all. That does not look like how I remember it.
I remember the same. And look, this is off topic, but it was a real slog to like get footage of that and work through it because it's just horde mode the entire time. You're just getting swamped by orcs and there's towers like orcs pouring out of towers and I'm running out of arrows and shit. It's like that took up so much of my time. I think that's why I was so angry at Laurence. Not even your fault. Like, I asked you to do it.
I was going to say, and you got to yell at Laurence during it to get him to fucking make it look good.
Okay, right. So if you think you guys are suffering, now imagine it from my perspective, where I'm having to watch this and be shouted at the same time.
You're fine. It's all right. You're fine. Look, doesn't look great particularly. I quite enjoyed the bird sequence in like Trafalgar Square and stuff, but like it's quite evident that they just like had like a few puppets that they just chucked at people and windows, but then the rest was like CGI birds and stuff. But
absolutely.
Didn't look awful, I don't think.
The pacemaker idea is really interesting though, like, you know, that sudden death kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is a weird, it's like, because it's so vague, like people don't know the core of the earth stops spinning. That's the point of the movie. I have to restart it. But it's like pacemakers, birds, the sun shooting a laser through the clouds. Like, it's like... doesn't. I don't know. It's just a weird collection of like signs that things are going wrong. You know,
it's too many ideas, isn't it? Like it's too many ideas that they threw at it. I will say for this, I don't know if I can have a bad time with a movie that has the line, "We've got to surf these magma flows." Right, I just there is an element of stupidity to this that, like, once you lean into it, you go like, yeah, all right, fuck it, this is fine. Like it's not, it's not good.
No,
but it's like Ben always uses this analogy. It's like junk food. When you're there, you're like, great, and then after you're like, God, that was awful. Why did I fucking have that?
Yeah, I think the fact that for me, it was constantly being alerted to what I was doing. I think if I had watched this by myself, I would have felt better about it. But just again, having somebody watch me watch it made me really self-conscious.
You feel like you're
it's
almost
my job.
defending it, yeah.
Yeah, the pacemaker thing, like that was the biggest twist for me, and that was like 30 seconds into the movie. 30 seconds into the movie, just these slimy businessmen walk into a meeting and they're like, "Hey, let's go make $1 million or $30 million or whatever. We're going to be the best in the world," and then just immediately fucking kicks it and just drops dead onto the table. Amazing. Okay, you've already got my attention with that. All right, look, it did all go downhill from there, but that was a great opening little twist for me. I thought that was a bit of fun.
It's hard not to be on the side of the movie when it's like it shows you a guy saying, right, let's go make $30 million. And then he like fist bumps the people that he's like going and making money with. And then, it's kind of visceral the way he just kind of absolutely just clunks down on the table and like just eats shit straight away.
I will say, to this movie's credit, I think there are some quite visceral death scenes in the movie. Like, the one in particular that the
lava one.
The lava one's intense, but I was more thinking about the guy just getting crushed.
Which guy? Which guy getting crushed?
The
guy, French guy.
The guy, no. Oh yeah, the French guy. Yeah, the French guy. Who,
Serge or something. Who was his name?
Serge or something French. I don't know.
Yeah. He's great. I can't remember that actor's name. I really like him though.
French John or whatever. I don't know.
French John.
Unless he's crook, in which case I don't like him.
He's cancelled. No, we do like him. We're pivoting. We're going all right now.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, I'll defend him. I'll defend him for the rest of my life. To Cheki Kayo. I can't say that.
I reckon you nailed it with that one.
Yeah, I reckon you got it. I was like, yeah, but that just Aaron Eckhart having to like watch him get crushed and then. Just the way like you saw the life leave his eyes and then the whole ship just collapsing in on itself afterwards. There was
it does also kind of look like a Red Dwarf set as he's being like pushed in. Like it's clearly just like stagehands just like pushing metal.
I thought at one point like we're gonna get in there and it's gonna get a bit claustrophobic because again I'm here thinking like James suggested this, he likes sunshine was that kind of claustrophobic vibe. Maybe this will evoke some similar feelings, but like when they kind of primarily shot it from like we're seeing this guy through a computer screen, I was like, oh, we're hiding some stuff here, aren't we? Like,
yeah, definitely.
God, absolutely.
There's some other great deaths in this. I tell you what, the one that actually kind of did get me was the guy who has to like go into his own ship and he has to push a button. He has to do a job that basically means like sitting in that room for any more than 30 seconds, you're fucking incinerated, basically.
He's great. I mean, Delroy Lindo is incredible. So, it sucks seeing him. I barely remembered any of this movie other than Stanley Tucci, like, smoking cigarettes and talking into a tape recorder.
Amazing.
But yeah, he's incredible. He's such a fun fucking... Whenever he shows up, it's like, love this dude. Great. Yeah.
He was great in the movie. I did like his death scene. It was, like, one of the more... I guess sadder moments of the movie. I had trouble buying into that as a premise though, just because like I guess it's one of those things. If you're on board, you're on board. If you're not, then it's gonna bug you really. But like the whole concept is so fucking ridiculous. Like these people should be incinerated like within seconds of breaching the crust of the core. And I don't know, I'm not a fucking scientist or anything, but like I don't think you can just walk out if you're in like a little suit and be like, oh, this is withstanding the pressure, we're all fine, and it's just cloth and fabric, and then there's no issues with that whatsoever, really. All seems a little far-fetched.
You know what else I think this movie is lacking? You know, other movies where they go to the center of the earth, like Journey to the Center of the Earth, or Godzilla movies have the fucking
the Hollow Earth
and
yeah,
probably Land of the Lost. It's kind of boring being like, I don't know, crystals and lava and rocks. You kind of when you're doing it seriously, it's like there's not a lot in here, is there, to like do or see?
No,
and you're looking at it through a screen, through like an X-ray television. It's big like Titanic submarine vibes going on in some of this.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. And like when you do see the exterior shots, it's either just darkness or weird like CGI clouds and like lava swirls and stuff. So not visually interesting either way. Either way, you're getting a bit of a dull experience.
I think that might have been my biggest problem with it. There is a serious CGI right. If you're gonna do this, it's got to look good, or it's got to be like clever with how you conceal the fact that it doesn't look good. But like, there's kind of part of me respects it, and part of me is like, come on, you should have thought this through a little bit. Is when they're like, this looks fucking horrendous, and we're going to show it to you from every fucking angle you can imagine. Like, you're going to see it through the TV, you're going to see it as exterior shots. People are going to stand there so transparently on a green screen, and you're just going to have to accept that that's weird lava next to them, apparently.
Laurence, is 2003, okay? You can do anything with CGI, all right? Anything you want.
You can try, I guess.
God, I mean, it does have unobtainium, made famous by Avatar.
Yeah, I did notice that.
That's it. Fuck, I knew that from somewhere. Yeah,
yeah.
I looked into this, so it was first mentioned in the 1983 book Star Tride Rising, then a book called The Collapsium in like the 90s, then The Core, and then Avatar like popularized it.
Right.
So that's the history.
With that alone, James, I think you've done more research than me and Laurence have ever done for this podcast. Okay, so well done.
Thank you.
I'll tell you
Feels good.
Not to get too far into it. Like the something that I really was kind of ashamed to say I was won over by was the emergency landing sequence into that kind of river flood protection thing that is in America. It's so dumb. It's so stupid, but at the same time, I kind of respect it. Like the way it's like it glides over police cars, and like you're seeing people look at it as it goes overhead, and it looks bad, and then it lands, and then like it's just fine. Like I don't know what it is about it, but that whole sequence, it looks horrendous, but it's fucking enjoyable. No,
Yeah,
I don't disagree. I think it's not without its moments, even though it looks terrible.
Yeah,
for a lot of it, there's a beat in it which I really like, and maybe it's a mistake. But you know the bit where they're drawing. This is a thing I like. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
To build up what you said. About my bit's smarter than yours. Yours is dumb. But,
yeah, fine.
You know the moment where they draw wires. And there's three of them.
Yeah.
And Aaron Eckhart picks one, and Stanley Tucci's going to pick one, and then he switches at the last second. I couldn't for the life of me explain the math of it. But if you've got three choices and one is revealed, the chances of you succeeding is if you switch. Like that's the probability of it changes. I can't explain it to you, but do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guys ever heard this before?
Yeah, I've heard this, yeah. Laurence doesn't have a clue, clearly, but I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Listen, no one else could see my face. That was unfair to do. All right, you shouldn't have revealed that. I'm not good with maths, but look, if you're saying it's true, then I'll take you at your word for it.
I did look into it. It is true. So, for you're on a game show and you get three choices, and then you pick one, and then they reveal, and then they remove one, you always switch. The probability is better if you switch. Okay. I don't know why. I can't explain it to you, but it just is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand how that makes sense, but I don't know. I guess I see it as like, well, if it's behind one door, it's always going to be behind one door. It doesn't magically change once you've removed one, does it?
No.
Like, that's how I think about it.
But it's something to do with, because initially it's a 33% chance of picking the right one.
Yeah.
And then when it's down to 2, it's 50% chance or something. No, it becomes like 60 or something, and then you switch. I can't fucking remember. I'm not explaining this well. There are people listening to this who know what I'm talking about.
No, there isn't.
Like, you're butchering this. But, none of them are here, like with us, but yeah. Also, that might not even be a thing. It's just a thing I noticed. Like, it might not even mean anything. It might have just been a little moment they just did.
So when he's switching the wire, do you think he's trying to cheat the system a little bit? You think he's trying to get the other one, or do you think he's trying to? Because he does kind of end up being like, "Hey, you shouldn't do this," you know?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, because like he's an interesting character. Like he kind of sucks, but there's a moment. My favorite moment with him, I think, is where him and Aaron Eckhart are explaining what's going on to the Pentagon, and then they team, and they're kind of arguing about who came up with it, and then they team up to torture a piece of fruit.
Yeah,
They team up together, and I'm like, yeah, unity. It's good.
That's good. I read on IMDb, the most research I've ever done as well, that was actually an apple because they couldn't make a peach look good enough for the movie. So,
Really?
Was it really?
Yeah, so they just dressed up an apple to look like a peach, apparently.
Damn.
So there you go, movie magic.
Hollywood.
That's how they do it.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
I tell you what, the wire scene, the kind of drawing short straw scene. I think that's one of my favorite in the movie. Like I don't know why I really like the fact that it's obviously they're all gunning for the fact that like, hey, I probably don't want to die. I should probably try and get the good straw. But I kind of like the fact that the guy almost tries to just deceive them, and then when they say like, "Hey, you come on, we're doing this fairly," and he's like, "No, like this is my entire life, and if there's that line about if it needs more blood, it's going to be mine," and I was like, God, I like that. I think that's the characters in this are like interesting. I just wish that the movie would like back them up a little bit with a better plot. Kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell directed this?
I looked him up afterwards. He also directed Entrapment as well. With,
That's right. The
Sean Connery.
Catherine Zeta-Jones one.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
My favorite scene was anyone with the rat in it. The rat being
Oh my God.
the early 2000s
Stereotypical nerd.
Yeah.
Wants Xenotapes and Hot Pockets.
What else?
Also, like, you know, he leaked all that government information at the end about like who saved the core of the earth or whatever.
Yeah.
He put his logo on it. Like, you don't want to. You're already in trouble, man.
The CIA are literally going to kill you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I did like that because it's the ending optimism note for like, you know, the people should know what these heroes do. I think the file was like unsung heroes or some shit.
Yeah, it was.
Right? Yeah, and then he's like in his cafe and he's like, yeah, I did good here. I'm like, you will take like maybe 2 steps out onto the road before you're shot or kidnapped. Like,
one of my favorite things in movies is always like the depiction, especially in like early noughties, is the depiction of like hacker software and that kind of stuff, and like how the files like go from one location to another, and it's just the pictures of their faces just going out into the world. It's so ridiculous and would never look like that, but I love it so much. And just a miscellaneous hacker's like room, like he's got floppy disks and shoeboxes and just CDs and a microwave and stuff like this, because how else is a hacker gonna live, you know?
Yeah.
I love
if
that
you don't do anything else other than hack, you just live to hack if you're a hacker. That's the rules.
That's exactly right. God, he DJ Qualls, that's his name. He's great. But he says hack the planet at one point, which is from the movie Hackers as well.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Which is, I guess, a fun callback.
Isn't that also from Geostorm as well? Don't they do some planet hacking in that movie?
Oh, they probably do. Goddamn Geos. I hate that movie. I think I've talked about I think one of the episodes of my show that people like the most is when I yelled about Geostorm for like an hour and a half.
It's a good one. I enjoy it.
I don't really feel anything about it now, though, to be honest.
That's because you've hated as much as you could. It's just washed over you now.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I did like the intro of the hacker guy. Just like, I don't know, it feels like such a garish tonal shift for the movie that's kind of like about these men in suits, and then it just cuts to like, it's almost like that FBI open up meme, and then just this guy just obliterating any data that's in that room. And it kind of, I'm like, I don't know, there's part of me that's like, what's on those discs? Like, this is urgent. It just doesn't seem good.
Do you think it's... Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to name it, but it's probably the worst thing, I assume, right?
It probably is.
He
Nothing
seems
good,
too
that's for
urgent
sure.
to be doing it that sporadically and hastily, yeah.
But then I don't think like they do anything with him for the rest of the movie though. Like his job is to control the information getting out. But all you ever really see him do is just like play Pong at his desk with like 4 CRT monitors, just the biggest computer monitors ever around him.
Yeah.
And then at one point he needs to hack the Destiny thing, which is so fucking ridiculous, that whole plot line. But that's really it. He doesn't do much other than that,
that's
really.
right. Yeah, no, you're right. He doesn't. I guess his programs are running, so he's just like, I'm just going to sit back.
Just gonna chill, yeah.
Just play Pong.
Why not? Yeah.
Or something, yeah. I was going to say, did you guys guess which easily identifiable cities would be destroyed in this?
I wanted to bring this up because I was hoping, James, for you there would at least be a shot of the Opera House or something like that. But
yeah, I did. I was crossing my fingers for it. I'm like, because I didn't remember whether there was, but no. We got Rome, and then of course we got the Golden Gate Bridge, which is a classic.
Yeah, you got to destroy the Golden Gate Bridge. We got nice with the Trafalgar Square. That was fun, just watching that getting absolutely steamed.
That's good for you guys.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of representation, so that's good. Paris got a good shout out at one moment, but nothing for Australia, which kind of sucks, really. Yeah.
It's so I love how these disaster movies, and it just feels really obvious in this one that they target major cities, but it's like, why would it? Like the Earth is enormous.
Yeah.
Like why would it slice through the Golden Gate Bridge and then stop? Like it doesn't make any sense.
You got to destroy the Golden Gate Bridge. I was saying this to Catherine the other night. Like, that has to be the most destroyed bridge in movie history. Like the amount of times it's just fucking turned into shit. It's phenomenal at this point, really.
Yeah, it's got to be up there at the very least. Stanley Tucci. Can we talk about Stanley Tucci?
Oh God, yes, please.
I would love to talk about Stanley Tucci.
Who wouldn't, if I'm honest, right? I've been big into Stanley Tucci recently as well, right? Because I watched Nathan's gonna fucking roll his eyes, but I watched the Conclave movie, that movie about the Pope election that's just come out, right? And
is that good? I've heard that's good, right?
It's good. It takes some wild turns, but not unwelcome turns, and it's. If you're a faithful person, you might either think it's the worst thing or the best thing ever. But if you're just the person that likes movies, you're like, this is just gossiping priests walking around, essentially, and it's a laugh, to be honest.
Mate, as someone who grew up in the Catholic Church, they're catty as fuck. Those blokes, man. They all hate each other, and they're all climbing over each other to hold different staffs and shit. Like, I'm telling you, that's what it's like. Yeah,
that's kind of what it's like. It's And that's why I was so drawn to Stanley Tucci in this as well, because he's playing a somewhat similar character. Because in Conclave, he's this guy that's like, he might be in the running to be the next pope, but he's very much like, everyone around him's like, this guy's great. And he's like, yeah, I'm better than that guy, but I will fucking kill all of you to be the pope. Like, I don't give a shit. But in this, I love him, man. He's got his Louis Vuitton bags when everyone else has just got a duffel sack. Like he's got his little recorder and everyone's laughing at him. And I think he gets the most cohesive arc throughout the movie. Like the way he is recording himself for his little book, and he realizes that he's 5 seconds away from getting nuked, and he's like, "What am I fucking doing?" And he laughs at himself.
Yeah, I agree. He's amazing. Look, the wig's not great,
no.
But other than that. It's a great, and there's a moment where he's like, I'll explain this to you if I can smoke a cigarette. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, he's not a moron. He missed some stuff, but he's smart. He's
one of the smartest.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, they seek him out because they're like, hey, we need to know if the world is actually fucked and stuff. And he's leaving that lecture and he's like, hey, sexy, I'll give my assistant your number or something. And he's like, fucking hell, I love this guy. He's great.
He's fun to watch. I like his little meltdown before that guy just fucking lays him out for talking smack about the ship.
Yeah.
That's great.
But even for obviously I'm on the side of the guy that decked him, right? But it is fun to just watch him have a meltdown, and he's doing that classic Stanley Tucci where he's just flailing his hands all over the place, and I'm like, God, the charisma in buckets, this guy, man. He's so impressive in everything he does.
How old is Tucci? Because
he's 63.
I think
he's now about 63.
Right, okay. Because this was 20 years ago or whatever, and I think he looked older in this movie than he does today. Really,
it's that hair.
It's the hair, yeah.
Stanley Tucci he's one of the few men that is just he's got bald, and everyone universally is like, yes, that's much better than what you were working with before.
That's what you need to embrace.
Because he was like a Calvin Klein model in the 80s. I don't know if you've seen these pictures. You should Google him. He looks incredible.
I didn't know.
And he's very clearly heavily balding, but it's long and still a bit long. And he looks, God, he looks good. I'm looking at it now. I just brought it up. Yeah, this is good stuff.
James, stop getting distracted. We're trying to do a podcast here. Stop Googling Stanley Tucci's Calvin Klein.
Quickly make this the background of my computer, and then we can continue.
No, he's great.
best,
What an ending! Just him, just fucking smoking a cigarette, laughing to himself as like he's about to get nuked in the center of the earth. I mean, if there's ever a way to go, I don't even smoke, but like I'd do it just for that. Really, it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, you'd start smoking.
Yeah,
just for a year leading up.
Get myself ready.
So you could really enjoy it. You don't want to start smoking at the last minute.
No,
this is terrible way to end.
I'll get a nicotine rush. I won't really enjoy it. It won't be good. Yeah,
no,
that's that.
You want to get used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that thing, isn't it? That like every man, if they're gonna die, every man yearns to die either smoking a cigarette, looking cool, or like, you know, Blade Run 2049 style, where you just bleed out and look wistfully into the middle distance, and that's how you go out. That's every man's dream of how to die.
Or having sex, potentially.
Dying while
which is like terrifying for the other person.
Yeah, that is true.
If you were gonna die from one of these deaths, which one would you be choosing?
Oh, nuke, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, falling to lava was all right because he was... What's that actor's name? I can't remember. He was already dead. He already took a crystal through the brain.
Yeah, that's true.
But, like, I think Stanley... Like, crushing's awful.
Crushing is awful.
So I think it's definitely the cool nuke cigarette death. Like, 100%.
Yeah. Burning to death while saving the ship. That doesn't sound great either. Yeah. No.
Yeah. They all come with, they're almost, like, always a two-parter. Like, that guy is basically dead, and then Aaron Eckhart's like, just turn on the fucking cooker. Like, let's give him a quick one, basically.
I'm gonna go with guy in London walking, and then the bus driver gets hit with a pigeon, and then I get run over by his bus. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That's yours. All right, looking at it.
I think that's the way to go. I reckon.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I tell you what. One thing I really love. I'm a big fan of this. Nathan, you love Titanic, so I'd imagine you're a big fan of it as well.
It's my favorite movie. Yeah,
it is.
I love Titanic. I'm with you, man.
Amazing.
It's a great movie.
Fucking incredible movie. But yeah, Nathan, you will praise that till the cows come home. That film.
I will. Yeah, I love it.
And I feel
it's one of the few like 4-quadrant movies that just genuinely work. Like,
there's no level where it doesn't work.
Level.
Yeah, Jim Cameron, he was cooking with magic for that one.
I've said this before. I don't know whether it's true.
Okay.
I think it might be his best movie.
I think it is.
And that's
I think it definitely is.
And Terminator's great, Alien's great.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It just might be.
It's definitely is like most complex, isn't it? Like, because like Avatar seems complex on the surface, but really it's the same story twice kind of thing. And they're good, but yeah, Titanic it's just on a different level. Like how you take the concept of what happened on the Titanic and then just make it a movie. Like, incredible. Yeah. But yeah, no, the reason I bring it up is I love a closing door sequence, and this movie has so many of them.
I did actually think of this,
doesn't it?
Yeah, I did actually think of this during that scene. Actually,
that's it. Closing doors, discuss.
That's it. Just people going, no! And the fucking,
No, it's the scene where, I think it's when Aaron Eckhart, like, initially gets trapped by the nuke, and then Stanley Tucci gets trapped by the nuke, and then he just, like, has to crawl out just before the doors, like, come down on him. And I always get, like, I kind of have a little bit of claustrophobia, so I always get a little bit weird about, like, those, you know, it's not enough time for him to get through there. It is, because he does it, but I'm like, in my head, it's not enough time. He can't physically do it. And it always just, like, weirds me out and stuff. Do you know, like, have you ever seen videos of, like, people, like, doing caving and stuff, and they're just, like, squeezing themselves through rocks?
Those. Oh. Yeah. I've watched them, but, like, I hate it. It's like a hole that's like this big, and you got to like lift an arm and like slide it. No, I don't know why.
That's my worst nightmare. I can't understand who would ever enjoy that. But yeah, I did actually think of Titanic during that scene with like when the engineers were like getting through the doors and stuff, and like Titanic did it better, but this was pretty good too.
Yeah, look, Titanic's got the effect of just that terrifying rising water, and like people essentially throttling each other just to get under that door. But Oh, you shouldn't have brought up caving. I avoided successfully the movie 127 Hours for years, despite having somewhat of a passing interest in it, until someone in this call, and I'm not naming names, made me watch clips of it for a certain edit.
Well, it wasn't me.
I had to watch certain scenes, and I just fucking hated it, and it like reinvigorated this fear that was long dormant within me.
I was sure before you started saying that you weren't talking about me. I don't know why I thought that wasn't me.
Is that James or Dave Franco in that movie?
It's
James Franco.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Who is, of course, dead. R.I.P.,
Yeah.
as we know.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Sucks.
Did you this is a weird bit of phrasing, but did you enjoy the weird early noughties racism in this movie? Just the weird casual racism that popped up. I don't know if you know, James, you're looking a little perplexed, but there was a moment.
I am perplexed. Yeah, maybe I'm I don't see race, so that's probably why. But no, what are you referring to specifically?
It just caught me off guard. Like towards the beginning of the movie, sexy Professor Aaron Eckhart, he's got like his two assistants, and one of them is a South Asian lady, and she just says, I think it's her only line of dialogue in the movie, and then the other guy just repeats the exact same line back to her, but then in an exaggerated Indian accent for no reason at all.
What the fuck? I didn't see that at all. I have no memory of that.
It just really caught me off guard. Like, what? Why? Why was that necessary?
It's too late for that. 2003, this came out.
No, this was post 9/11. It was a weird time, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. That's a good point. Though, like not to be like, I have different friends of different races, but I have an Indian friend, and he still gets that, and he's not like, he doesn't have an accent.
Yeah.
He's born in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still out there.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. Yeah. I just like, I couldn't understand it. Well, I could, because I guess it's something that in 2003, it's not necessarily something that you fucking think twice. Well, I guess if you're white, you don't think twice about it. But like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it just really caught me off guard at that moment.
What's even the point of putting that in?
I don't know.
Why would you? Like, it doesn't add anything even. Like,
I think it was supposed to be like a weird comedy beat, but it just, I don't know. I mean, maybe in 2003 they were rolling in the aisles, but I don't know.
they probably were. People
not in these woke times,
loved
though.
it.
Yeah.
No, I know. You can't say
Can't say anything these days.
You could never make the call now.
No,
because you wouldn't.
No, because it's a bad movie and you shouldn't. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, I think there are little character moments. There's a moment where Aaron Eckhart just starts screaming for 5 minutes. I really like. He doesn't really do that, or maybe I just haven't seen the movies other movies where he has done that. But like, he fully just fucking loses it for like.
Yeah.
And it feels like stage acting, like it's really big. And like, even when he turns into Two-Face, like he doesn't do that.
He does. No, he doesn't scream as Two-Face. I was misremembering, but I do enjoy the moment where I think it's where the Joker comes to see him in the hospital and he just has the little flail around in the bed for a moment.
That's pretty big. That's in vein with this, I'd say. That restrained flailing about kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What happened to Aaron Eckhart?
I don't know, man. I haven't seen him since The Dark Knight, but that's probably wrong. I'm sure he's done other stuff since then. But
yeah, he did The Bricklayer in 2023, which I assume is one of those The Beekeeper, etc. kind of.
Yeah. I have genuinely never heard of that movie until just now. So.
This is brand new news
London
to us.
Has Fallen.
London Has Fallen. Who? Oh, wasn't he the president? Was he the president in London Has Fallen? Yeah. Okay.
He was I, Frankenstein.
Oh.
That fall off is a shame though, because Aaron Eckhart is like, I know everyone harps on about it, and like the thing that immediately comes after people praising Heath Ledger is like, hey, if Heath Ledger hadn't, sadly passed away, Aaron Eckhart's performance as well would have been lifted in the same vein, and people would have appreciated that, because I think he's brilliant in that movie, and he's good in this. He's very good in this.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of them scenarios where he just kind of like, the world was his oyster, especially after The Dark Knight, and he just fell off the face of the earth, didn't he?
Thank You for Smoking's great, and if you guys have seen that,
I haven't seen it.
No.
He was in Midway 2019, a movie I didn't watch.
Was that war movie? Was that the Apple war movie? I think.
You're thinking of Greyhound.
Yes, I am.
But also, Midway might have also come out on Apple.
Okay.
I shouldn't. That's a Roland Emmerich movie as well. So that's
Roland
fun,
Emmerich. Yeah, that's the disaster guy who's a disaster.
I'm just looking at his stuff. Like, yeah, he's working. Like, he is working, but
nothing big though. Really, nothing.
I mean, he's in Any Given Sunday. Like Battle Los Angeles. I didn't like that, but he was in it.
He was in it. That's what counts, really. While he hasn't done in like any MCU, he'd be right for that, really. Like, not good, but like he could definitely do something in that realm.
I feel like if the MCU took Aaron Eckhart, they'd put him in this weird kind of like, kind of just dull situation. You know that guy that plays the government bloke in WandaVision? This like President Nothing or whatever the fuck. Like he's just like, I feel like they take Aaron Eckhart because he's a guy that looks good in a suit and has that voice of I'm an official.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what he'd be like a high-ranking Shield boring guy.
They'd make him
not even whatever Martin Freeman's doing, who might be dead or a Skrull. I don't know.
I think he's a dead Skrull or something. They'd make him new president after Harrison Ford becomes the Red Hulk and then dies, I assume. So
it's a good choice. Yeah.
He'd be like the VP waiting in the sidelines, kind of like, hey, maybe you should take this Hulk juice or whatever so I can be president.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, people liked that, right? What if I take the Hulk juice? They liked it when the president turned into the Hulk.
Have you seen this fucking AI thing? The Captain America's making a new AI suit or some shit that's come out?
Yeah, it's just an ad though. It's an ad.
Oh, is it an ad? Okay, I thought it was like a scene from a
What's
movie.
this?
There's an ad for like a Windows computer or something, and it's got that fucking that Copilot AI feature. So there's there's an ad. Just like, and it's like, hey, Captain America's making his new suit, and he's gonna do it on an AI computer, and it's basically it just makes him a new suit, really. And it's just like a tie-in product.
Is it Sam Wilson? What's his name doing it?
No, Sam Wilson is in it, but I think it's actually the new Falcon guy, the other guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually him getting a new suit.
God.
But yeah, it's just
we're getting down. The MCU's getting pretty dire when they're like, it's time for second Falcon. I'm sure he's great. But like,
he was good in that show, but he didn't really do much in the show, though.
Yeah,
really,
I think
he was in that show. That's right.
Yeah.
He was already in it. Yeah.
I think there's a difference between being good in something and being like largely unnoticed and just inoffensively there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Maybe it'll be good. It probably won't, but look, maybe it will.
I don't think it will be great. Thunderbolts. I think could be good.
Thunderbolts.
That does look fun. Yeah.
Did you watch the Witch show, Agatha?
I did. Yeah.
You like that?
I liked Agatha a lot. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was good.
What did you think of it?
I liked it a lot. I thought Aubrey Plaza was really great in that. Aubrey Plaza is amazing in pretty much anything. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be fine. They'll figure it out. Like it's
maybe we'll see. Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe they all go woke and it just defaults in on itself. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, which is fine. Also, like whatever.
Yeah.
Why not?
They could just pivot to the X-Men and Fantastic Four, really, if they needed to.
Hit that panic X-Men button.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's there for the next 10 years or whatever, so he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Simu Liu's just waiting forever for his sequel, which is never going to happen. Let's be realistic.
Oh, poor Simu.
Let's be real, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I like that first one. I thought
I
agree. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think, though, it's too late now. Like, it's been a while. I think there's a good chance it wouldn't do well.
Yeah.
Like, there was a momentum there, and they just didn't capitalize on it.
I think that is the
post-credits
issue.
for fucking something. Ant-Man, maybe? I don't know.
Oh God, was he? I haven't seen him in anything other than that movie. What was the tease after the end of Shang-Chi? What was that?
It was Brie Larson was on like a hologram, I think, and also Hulk.
Oh, am I thinking of the wrong one?
Hulk.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I'll Google it.
Hulk was there, but he wasn't Hulk. He was Bruce Banner, and he was like, "Hey, there's something in the earth, and maybe it's pulsing," which I think was a tie into Eternals, maybe, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
They're all just vague nonsense.
Fucking
at this
strong
point.
tie-in when the movies that it was tying in has come out, and we still have no fucking idea.
Yeah. It's all just vague nonsense at this point. Who knows? Who knows?
It's true.
Yeah. I'm more excited for Superman, personally. That's gotta
Oh,
be
I'm
something.
so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's not in anything. He's just in What If. He's coming up in What If and Zombies.
Oh, well,
Or
What
he
If
was in
is
What If.
famously amazing. Everyone loves that. So
Yeah.
that'd be
Everyone
great.
loves What If. It's good. What If.
What if this superhero met this superhero?
What if
Yeah.
it was a good, different show?
That's what we
No, no, that's not. You can't do that. So my last note just says, you know, when they set the bombs off in succession to restart the core, what if they just did it the wrong way? And they're just like, close enough, whatever. Does that even make a difference? I don't know. But
Yeah.
It made one big difference, that being they'd be dead.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that be
maybe.
like what? So like, would you say the core then starts spinning the other way, and then is that like
Yeah.
is that like a thing? Isn't that a plot of another movie? Like if the Earth starts spinning the other way?
yeah,
Or am I
that's
thinking
right.
of The Day the Earth Stood Still? Maybe.
No, I think there is a movie where the Earth spins the other way.
Yeah.
I think it is called What If the Earth Spun the Other Way.
That's a good name for a movie. Yeah.
There is, you're right. What is it? Like the poles flip or something?
Yeah, and it's bad for everyone, but I can't remember what the fuck it is now. Oh, that's still annoying me. Laurence, look that up.
Oh, making me do stuff.
You don't have to. It's fine.
What is that movie where the... I'm not fucking Googling that. That's a whole paragraph.
I'm getting the core again.
Ask
I'm
Alexa.
Googling these results.
Or something.
Oh, there's an article from 2023 from the Daily Beast that said the rotation of Earth's inner core might be reversing.
Okay.
Earth's core confirmed to have reversed its spin.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no, it's happening.
What the fuck?
I'm also getting the core when I Google it, so...
Yeah.
So that's not good.
I feel like I remember seeing like birds being confused or something. It might be The Knowing, the Nicolas Cage one or something. I don't know.
Maybe we're just thinking of the core. Who knows?
We might be thinking of the core.
You've already forgotten what happens in the movie The Core.
Laurence, who's the little boy who plays the hacker? Where do I know him from?
You know him from Breaking Bad. He's the 21 Jump Street cop that tries to he's like, I'm a young guy and I love smoking meth. And he doesn't like smoking meth. He's actually DEA.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't remember him.
He's also in the movie Road Trip.
What's that one?
From early 2000s. It's like one of those sex comedies.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, from the year 2000.
Like an American
Tom
Pie
Green's in it.
knockoff sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Like
there we
in
go.
the unamused general bloke, not the actual general, not Richard Jenkins. Was that his name? Richard Jenkins, the general.
The guy who's in Step Brothers?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Jenkins. Yep. So I just bring it up.
So not him. The other guy. The other guy. He was it was a familiar face for me. He's in the new bad Modern Warfare Call of Duty games as as a reimagining of that Shepard character that I liked in the first games, but I don't like in these games.
Laurence, you are the only person who's played those games.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what his Shepard.
That's fair. I fucking got trapped into... I trapped myself. I spent that stupid fucking money when the reviews were bad, but they hooked me on that nostalgia and I was played buying those fucking games.
You're an idiot.
They'll get you, man. They'll fucking get you.
Yeah. All right, the last thing I'll say on the core is I did the one thing I looked into after I'd finished watching it was like, because I had to, like, I'm not a fucking scientist, right? So I was like, this is surely bullshit. And I had to Google it to confirm. And it is largely bullshit, but it's bullshit like based in the tiniest slither of truth. And apparently the director has come out and said like, kind of like that fucking Ridley Scott attitude where people have been like, this isn't right. And he's like, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, I have a science degree and I have a basic understanding and I wrote a fun family entertainment movie. You can like it or not. I don't care.
I think that's 100% the right attitude to have with like a sci-fi movie. Yeah. Like anytime fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson starts fucking running his mouth and tweeting about like, oh, actually this wouldn't happen. I'm just like, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Who cares? Just watch the fucking movie, you know?
Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, nerd.
Who cares? Fucking killjoy. Most pedantic shit. Like, come on. If I want to know whether something's real or not, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I don't need you harping on about shit.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
All right, should we move it on to another happy thought?
Yes, we shall. What is this segment, Laurence?
So what we do is we let the listeners have their say. If you join the Discord, the link for which is in the show notes, you can basically write in and talk about whatever we're talking about, and we can read some of them out on the show.
Also, we should probably mention we might get some other listeners this week. So the Discord, don't worry about it. It's mainly for our other podcast. It's very focused on Doctor Who. Okay, don't worry about it. All right.
But people like Doctor Who.
They do,
I'm excited for the Christmas special.
Me too.
I'm
It's
excited.
fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I really like the new Doctor Who. I think he's awesome.
He's great. Shoot to Gatware. Yeah, he's doing a good job. I love him.
What are people saying, Nathan?
Oh, okay. Yes. So this one comes in from Catherine, who says, it's so great to see someone living their dream and meeting their idols. James told everyone at his London show that it was his deepest wish to be invited back onto another Happy Pod. So it's nice of you guys to give him and his little podcast a chance. Thank you, Catherine. If you had to be one of the teams, would you rather do The Core or a Sunshine, James?
Oh, I mean, you're not getting out of a Sunshine.
Most people aren't getting out of a core though either.
Yeah,
really.
That is true, but the chances are better of me getting out of the core.
Especially if after 2 people die and you switch to the 3rd one or whatever you said earlier.
Right.
I think the rules are to get out of the core, you have to be involved in a kind of will they, won't they sort of romance, and then at the end you just don't. That's kind of the rules of that, really. Yeah,
it's kind of. I'll do that. Whatever. Okay, if I have to. Whatever it takes.
Oh no, I hope.
But I'm not surviving the Sunshine Man. Like I know that.
Yeah, that's fair.
That motherfucker would get me. You know,
yeah.
And I'd rather die like in the sun than be stabbed by a fucking cancer monster. Like it's.
Yeah,
but
fair.
Sunshine it's high concept sci-fi, and I think it'd be a cool way to like. I would rather die doing a Sunshine than die doing a core.
Yeah, I'd rather die doing a Sunshine. At least you're in space. That's more exciting than being just deeper into the Earth. That's just more boring, really. You're just going further the other way.
Looking through a screen and they're like, "Those are diamonds, are they?" I can't. This looks like nothing.
They certainly look like the shapes of diamonds, you know. Like, but sure, I guess.
I think you've hit it bang on the head though. Like I would rather die quickly in a nuclear bomb situation than just get like murdered by fucking. Is it Mark Strong? Was the Sunshine Man? Yeah, just Mark Strong in a weird kind of like fucking weird peely suit or whatever he's got going on. Yeah, and his slippery arm that falls off or whatever.
Mark Strong though kind of has Tucci vibes. Like for the longest time, I thought Stanley Tucci did play his character in The Kingsman. I got them confused.
Interesting.
So yeah, you know, maybe that's just me being an idiot, but yeah,
just 2 bald guys living their best.
Yeah. Exactly.
What you got, Laurence?
All right, this next one comes in. It's a nice. I couldn't resist reading this one out because I love a pun. Christina says, "Core blimey."
That's very good.
Blimey.
That's it?
No.
That's the whole thing?
That's the best part, but no.
That's fine. Like, you could leave it there. Brilliant.
Core blimey, this sure is a great film. And then in a spoiler tag, brackets, I've never seen it. Which was, I had never seen this. I'd never heard of this movie before you said it. So
great.
Have we got another one, Nathan?
Just one more. This comes from Ari, who says, "New fear unlocked, I guess. Anyway, a lot of problems in this movie could be solved if they just straightened the camera angle." So yeah, I guess that's true. There is quite a few Dutch angles in this, which I enjoyed, really.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that bloke in the beginning. I guess
we didn't really mention it, but we're all okay with a laser train going towards the center of the Earth.
What a concept, first of all.
Sorry, Sonic train. It's Sonic. It's got a...
No more ridiculous than anything else in this, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
No.
The whole thing's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, that's that for this week, I guess.
Lovely. All right, the last thing that we'll do is the recommendations. Basically, what we do is we recommend some stuff to each other. It could be anything we've watched, read, listened to, experienced, or just something we want to share with our friends. Nathan, what are you recommending this week?
I'm recommending that you tell us what you're recommending.
Fuck's sake. Always hit me with this. I don't like it.
Uno reverse.
Oh, damn it. It's a movie called A Different Man. I watched it recently. It's got Sebastian Stan in it. And he's
I wanted to watch this.
It's really fucking good. I won't say too much about it other than it's a guy who undergoes a medical procedure that changes his appearance, and then like in that happening to him, he realizes his life starts to change, and then maybe he starts to experience some things that he thought he would enjoy more after this procedure, but is really sorely mistaken. So yeah, good movie. Sebastian Stan is fucking really good. I'm really enjoying all these kind of off-cut weird things he's doing. He was Donald Trump a couple of months back in The Apprentice.
He was.
And that's like, I thought that was a career best from him, but like, no, this does knock it out the park.
Isn't it like kind of shitty that like, because he wasn't chosen for Actors on Actors because like people didn't want to do it with him, didn't they? Because of the Trump movie thing.
And
what?
Yes,
really?
Yes. Yeah. This came out recently. Basically, they invited him to do it, and then when they were doing the pairings, they obviously have to pair the two celebrities with each other. And obviously, the conceit of Actors on Actors is like they would probably spend like a good 20 minutes talking about Donald Trump and his portrayal of Donald Trump in the movie The Apprentice. And literally everyone that was signed up to appear on Actors just went, no, I'm not. I don't want to talk about that with. Damn. Presumably no shade on Sebastian Stan, but I can kind of get it because, like, who really wants to just fucking keep talking about it? But at the same time, it is important work, and I think it's hardly a fucking it's a hit piece, like and rightfully so. It's a movie that portrays Donald Trump in all of his ugly flaws, and it really doesn't shy away from kind of just how like fucking disgusting of a bloke he is. So yeah, it's a shame that no one.
It's not like a caricature of it either. It's like, is it? It's just like, he's terrible, and these are some things that happened that he did.
He plays it like he plays him as a human being, but as it goes on, like you start the movie it follows that traditional path of like you should root for this guy, but the entire way like the movie keeps being like, obviously you're not rooting for this guy, and here's a reason why he did this horrendous thing and this and this and this, and it gets to like the arse end of the movie, and pretty much every scene is just like a checklist of like, what fucking horrible thing did he do to dick someone over here? Like, so it's a good movie. God. But yeah, anyway, that's me. I guess 2 Sebastian Stan movies. Go and watch A Different Man and The Apprentice.
I am recommending. I've technically already recommended this before, but it's a new season, so that's how I'm getting around it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It is the most upsetting guessing game in the world from Auntie Donna. It's on their Grouse House YouTube channel. It's basically like just party quirks, but like super, super, super fucked, like to the most extreme level. Basically, I've got up like one of the episodes here, and it's just got a list of like all the characters that Mark had to play. So the conceit is it's party quirks, so they just do improv, and you have to guess who this person is who's come to the party. Okay. And so Mark's character in this episode is before the game, Demi stuck her finger in his beard and planted a treasure map written by former Australian Prime Minister John Curtin that holds the key to end the war on cyberbullying. Anytime anything is mentioned that happened before 1940, he has to say, that was before World War II. He likes saying the phrase, don't be so specific. And if whoever's trying to guess this asks if that's part of the character, he then has to say, I promise this isn't part of it. And then if he guesses that that's part of it, he has to say, look into my eyes, I promise that this isn't part of it. And also, he's getting ready to play a Shakespearean in a drama school play as well. A Shakespeare in general in a drama school play.
It's so stressful to watch. Like they wouldn't ask me, and I know they wouldn't because I'm not an actor and I don't do improv.
I'd love to see you on it.
But it stresses me out even the idea that they would even.
Yeah,
they wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know they wouldn't. But I don't like any of it. Yeah. Like it is upsetting.
It really is. Yeah, and by the way, this episode is an hour and 29 minutes long. So just to give you an idea of how long it takes, this edited episode is an hour and 29 minutes long.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, that's pretty
It started as like a warm-up game they do just together.
Yeah.
And then it became...
They've done it on their podcast quite a few times as well, which is good. But yeah, they bring in guests and to do on this... in this one, Michelle Brazier, Mish Wittrup, all those kind of people, Ben Russell and stuff, all amazing. Great Melbourne comedians. All your mates, I assume.
All of them are my mates. Yeah. Some of them I know better than others. But I've met most of those people. I think,
pretty cool.
Yeah,
is that is that a show where like if you check out for even like 5 seconds, are you just completely fucking lost?
I mean, yes.
Oh no.
Well,
no, yes.
I think you would be, but it doesn't matter though, because like you can still check in and you'll still like be fucking laughing along, and it's hilarious.
If you're in on who the character is, then you're along for the laugh.
And they also like bring up a screen every now and then just to remind you who is like what their character traits are and stuff. So yeah. It's good. Yeah. It's good stuff. James, do you have anything? We did kind of spring this on you last minute, but if you have anything...
No, it's fine. I'm constantly consuming content. I love it. But one of the things, I don't know whether I'm going to play this for work, for Big Sandwich, where we do video game Let's Plays as well.
Yeah.
Because the new Captain America movie is happening. We're going to look at the Captain America trilogy next year. So I'm playing... one of the few goodish licensed games from Marvel, Captain America Super Soldier, which is a prequel to the first movie. And it's like Chris Evans is in it and Sebastian Stan is in it. And it's basically the Batman Arkham combat. Yeah. And you just make your way through like a Nazi castle.
Nice.
Everything outside the combat is fine, but the combat itself is like really good and satisfying, and just the clunk of the shield and... Yeah, so I might end up playing it for for work, or it's just an interesting game to revisit, and you can play it in 3D if you want.
Which
you shouldn't.
In 3D?
It's fucking dreadful.
Do you mean like in VR?
No, I mean as in like it came out in like 2011, and when everybody had 3D TVs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just put on.
I see.
Yeah.
I was like, surely the game's already in 3D. What does that mean? All right, cool. Yeah, I've played that one. I remember it being. Yeah, I think it is. There was a few early MCU games which came out, and most of them are awful. But that is one of the I think possibly the only good one of the few, really.
I would, and even then, I would say again, it's not great, but it's a little bit fun. Yeah, it's moments.
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be
happening with that? Yeah, I was just going to ask, what's happening with that Black Panther Captain America game? Because wasn't that coming out?
What's that? Is that next year?
Oh, God. I don't know. I remember seeing, because I remember that trailer that came out for it, and like the internet collectively just fucking shit the bed over the graphics, because it looks insane. Like,
well, this is the thing.
So it's called Marvel 1943: The Rise of Hydra. Apparently, it is in 2025.
Okay. 2025. Okay.
So there you go.
Well,
and that Wolverine game, maybe.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the trailer for that came out over 2 years ago now, and it's been like, and we've heard nothing. Oh no, we didn't. We did. There was that leak, wasn't there? Where everything got leaked.
Not all of it. Yeah, it looks good.
It does look
the
good.
leak stuff looks really good.
Yeah,
but I guess we'll see.
Obviously, sucks that it got leaked, but I remember I did have a sneaky peek, and I was like, like, okay, I can wait for this. I'm happy to wait for this. It looks cool.
I know that guy as well, the guy who plays him. He was second Spartacus. Liam McIntyre is Australian guy.
Oh, right.
I used to know him before he was an actor, But so he's the new Wolverine in that.
Oh, nice.
Amazing. Yeah, no, I'm excited to play it, to be fair. There's a lot of cool games coming out. That I was really anticipating that that Captain America and Black Panther one, but 2025. God damn it. Why do games take so fucking long to make? It's so annoying.
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking Indiana Jones is out. I don't have an Xbox. Gotta wait till like April.
Yeah. That sucks.
Playing that stupid Star Wars game that they open world. I've been playing that a bit. I'm like, I don't like this. Why am I playing
I like that game. I weirdly like it. I enjoy it. I like the little
I think I got to get into the rhythm of it.
Yeah, you do. I like
the Ubisoft kind of.
You get to play what's that card? Sabak with Lando. So that's fun for me. I enjoy doing that.
I haven't done that yet. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get up to that point.
That's pretty fun.
I found with that game I'd play it for a bit and I'd enjoy it while I was playing it, but then like 4 days would pass and I'd finally find time to play it again. And then I'd be like, what was I doing? What the like I can't remember what the fuck I was up to here. Yeah.
It's just got that thing of like you go into like a room and you go up to a guy and he's like, I got a mission for you. I got a friend who needs a thing picked up for the whatever. And I'm like, do you? All right. And then I go and then you walk around for a bit and he's like, you can't come in here. And you're like, okay, I'll find a vent. And then you find a vent, And it's just like, okay. It's not terrible. Yeah. No. It's not terrible. But
it's standard fare Ubisoft, isn't it? Where it's just kind of just like death by fetch quest and off you go. And the gameplay is fun. So yeah, maybe I should pick it back up.
The bike's great. The bike
is good. Like Speaking of standard Ubisoft, I did want to mention earlier when you was talking about your Pope movie with Stanley Tucci. My favorite experience of the Pope is when you got to beat him up in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
That was
that's
always
you get to fist fight the Pope.
The end, it's literally the final level of the game is you just have to punch the Pope. It's good stuff, man. They don't make them like that anymore.
They don't make them like that. You're right.
They wouldn't because it's too woke.
The kids were in the next one, and then there was that cut scene that everyone loves, where it's like you're being arrested for incest, and everyone loves this.
What's this?
This is a. I'm sure this is.
Oh yes, you're talking about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where it's
is it Cesare Borgia?
Yeah, the Borgia family, Cesare Borgia, and they were all very incestuous and stuff. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Weird game.
And they all got arrested for it at the end.
Yeah, well, one of them did.
Good.
I think most of them died.
To be honest.
Yeah.
The ones that didn't get arrested got beaten up by us, so that's fine.
Okay, great.
All right, I reckon that's
justice,
it, really.
Man.
So, Laurence, wrap it up.
All right. Thank you very, very much for listening. If you've enjoyed the show, please feel free to leave us a little 5-star review. That would be very much appreciated.
I've had a great time. Sorry.
Well, you know what to do, James. You need to leave us a 5-star review, okay?
I'll do it.
Do
it now.
That's a threat. You can follow us on Twitter.
I'm like, how do I do this on my laptop? I need my phone, but I'm using my phone different. Doesn't matter. Sorry. Please continue. I'll do it after.
You can follow us on Twitter. We're at Another Happy Pod. You can suggest a topic for us to check out. And next week, we are going to be doing our end-of-year wrap-up. The last time we did this, Nathan got
No, we're not. We're not.
Is that not next week?
No, it's not. It's Love Actually next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after that, it's the end-of-year wrap-up.
All right, you're not getting a clip anymore. It's fucking Love Actually.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Also, don't bother Twitter. It's horrible. We're doing Blue Sky now.
Oh, okay, there you go. I don't. You
okay,
do this stuff. I don't check.
Are you doing
on
Blue
this
Sky, James? Are you on Blue Sky?
I am, yeah. I mean, I'm not really doing anything anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's all there.
It's all
and
there.
the Weekly Planet's on there, and so
There we go.
Yeah.
Would you like to plug your small and less successful podcast than this one?
Yes, please. I would love to. It's called The Weekly Planet. We talk movies and comics and TV shows. This coming episode is on Craven and that Lord of the Rings animated movie.
Ooh.
So,
have you seen it yet?
Excited? No, not yet. No, I can go I think tonight or tomorrow. This comes out Friday, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will have seen it, but no, I didn't want to go to either of those screenings.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I just don't want to.
I'm not sure about it, really. I don't know. Nothing I've seen from it is really grabbing me. So, I don't know.
Should we do them next year?
man.
Should we find time to just carve out some of the Venoms and the Madam Webbs and the Morbiuses and all of this?
All the bad Sony movies. Yeah, I reckon we could do that.
I feel like that's the quickest way to tank this show.
There's quicker ways, but
We did, bizarrely enough, this year we had the stupid fucking idea to just do 14 straight weeks of X-Men movies. Just back to back. Well, we just went through them all from X-Men to Deadpool and Wolverine, just the whole lot.
High highs and very low lows.
So many, man.
It was a lot. Anyway, that's it, I reckon. Thank you, James. Thanks for joining us. We've had a great time.
You're welcome.
See you in 100 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can also come on at 237 if you want.
237. There we go. We look forward to it. All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week, everyone. Check out Caravan of Garbage, Weekly Planet, all that stuff. There'll be links below. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Such a good theme.